This episode is brought to you by Squarespace, your all-in-one platform to build a beautiful website and grow your brand.
Ponyo, 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 fishy in the sea. I used to be a fish.
Is that right?
Everybody just naturally accepts. We question it, but I think Miyazaki's making a statement of this is kind of how it should be.
I will protect you. Ponyo loves Sosuke.
What I love about Sosuke is immediately he's caretaking.
You're only 5, but you're very smart. You can do it, and I'll be back.
There's a bit of a guidebook in this movie for how to talk to children.
There really is.
Children, just like adults, value autonomy, consent, they value boundaries.
Ponyo came back and she's a little girl now.
Little kids are so accepting. Everything feels new. Everything feels like a possibility. Instead of meeting new things with fear, what if we meet them with curiosity?
With a round tummy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Alan Seawright, a professional filmmaker who needs therapy. That guy is...
Ponyo loves Sosuke!
That's Jonathan Decker. He's a licensed therapist who loves movies a lot.
So much. Yeah, we're talking about Ponyo today, right?
We are talking about Ponyo.
I used to be a fish.
Ghibli's take on Little Mermaid, very loosely based.
So loose, it might as well not be. In the best possible way.
But this is part of my continued Ghiblification because I had never seen a Ghibli movie until we started doing them for this channel.
And no one had ever said the word Ghiblification until, well, that stupid AI crap.
Yeah, okay, so...
I think we're going to try to figure this out as we go, because thematically, there's stuff.
Every Ghibli movie, almost every Ghibli movie, I have no idea what it's about or what it's trying to say, and I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like a fever dream where when you wake up, some weird shit happened, but you feel better.
Yes.
You know, like when you wake up, the fever breaks. I think every one of these movies make me feel better and I feel happy, but I have no idea what happened or how.
Well, in fairness,
Yeah.
some general themes: power, friendship,
Yeah.
love, family dynamics.
Okay.
There's stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Miyazaki does a better job actually like getting kids right.
Maybe
Any
the teacher
filmmaker I've
will
ever
get
seen.
mad.
Yeah.
I got it.
So, he has retrieved Ponyo from the ocean.
You'll be safe here, Ponyo. I'll be back soon.
Ponyo is Japanese for soft and squishy.
I wonder if there are any cats
So I hereby declare my tummy's name to be Ponyo.
Horrible, but also cute.
Yeah, but also adorable.
That should do it, Ponyo. Stay put.
Speaking of getting kids right, like, Leaves will handle most situations for you.
Yeah. You're not going to get eaten by a cat now.
The Leaves will
Cats
save
can't
you.
figure out leaves.
What's really sweet about Sosuke, first of all, you're right, goldfish with a question mark. People keep seeing Ponyo and they're like, oh, it's a
Oh,
goldfish.
it's a goldfish.
Oh, it has a real face on it.
Goldfish don't have hair.
Yeah.
They have fins, not just a big at the back.
I think a character comments on, oh, your goldfish has a human face, but nobody goes, oh my god! Like, everybody should be freaking out at this
I used to be a fish.
Is that right?
thing. But what I love about Sosuke is immediately he's caretaking.
Yeah.
You know, this is true to children, most of whom are not malicious. I mean, you have bullies and you have nasty kids, but most kids, when they find an animal, they don't want to torture it or kill it. They want to keep it alive and take care of it.
Yeah.
And they only accidentally torture and kill it as they're trying to keep it alive.
So real, dude.
No, we're both dads.
No.
How many times have your kids been like, hey, Dad, that animal that I loved and was taken care of, it's dead. And then you find out how it died and you're like, oh, you did that, but I
Oh.
can't tell you.
I can't tell you. You murdered your pet. But you murdered it.
Straight up. Have you all seen our Cinema Therapy website?
It was so easy to build and customize using, you guessed it, Squarespace.
Cinema Therapy loves Squarespace! And just imagine me doing backflips.
He's in a small green bucket.
First, we found a template that worked really well as a starting point for us.
From one of the many professionally designed templates that Squarespace has to choose from.
And then it was so easy to customize.
With intuitive drag and drop editing.
And awesome visual designs.
Way easier than turning from a goldfish into a chicken girl.
Squarespace Domains also makes it easy to find the best site name for your business at one all-inclusive price.
No hidden fees or add-ons required.
And every Squarespace domain comes with advanced privacy and security tools included.
Your site will be so much safer than Lisa driving on those windy roads.
Squarespace SEO tools will help you to get discovered fast.
Faster than Ponyo falling in love with Sosuke?
Yes. Every website is optimized to be indexed with an auto-generated sitemap, meta descriptions, and more.
So your site will show up more often in search engines.
And reach more of your ideal audience or customers.
So whether you need to build a website for your line of candle-powered toy boats,
or to promote your senior center,
or for your ocean potions to restore the ocean to its Precambrian glory,
Squarespace will work for you, and you don't have to spend months building a website.
Check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch,
go to squarespace.com/cinematherapy and use code cinematherapy to save 10% off your first website or domain. So ignoring his mom.
Ponyo. No matter what, I will protect you. I promise. Sosuke! Sosuke!
Yeah.
Ponyo!
Yep.
Ponyo! Sosuke! Ponyo loves Sosuke!
It's so sweet and innocent and pure.
and terrifying.
Exactly.
Ponyo loves Sosuke!
Listen, it's sweet and lovely, and, you know, this is obviously very childlike love. They don't know what love means.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it's supposed to be romantic. It's that childlike wonder love
Best
of,
friend.
like, best friend thing.
It's kind of supposed to be romantic because at the end, the whole big deal is, are these two crazy kids going to love each other and can their love last? So I don't know. It's interesting. It's kind of like My Girl, except for the girl is a fish and nobody dies and there's no bees. So it's not like My Girl
It's not
at
like
all.
My Girl at all.
But it could use a little more Dan Aykroyd.
Here's how it works. Catch a bass, remove the hook and drop the bass. Now adjust the control dial.
You were joking about how he should be terrified right now. And,
Right.
But the fact is, little kids are so accepting that unless something feels threatening, everything feels new. Everything feels like a possibility. It's like, oh, sweet little haired fish loves me and is talking to me now.
Yeah, I'm actually fine with Sosuke being like, oh, Ponyo, yay, and Ponyo can talk, and she
Right.
loves me. The adults should be freaking the
Yeah,
fuck out.
That's the adults are like,
She sure is pretty.
but here's the thing, we're having some fun, but we're not actually being critical because Miyazaki is a freaking genius.
Yeah, it all works.
Yeah.
I just don't know why, and so I lash out with humor because I'm scared of a thing I don't understand, which is how can you make that great? And it is.
Something that's really cool about Eastern storytelling, especially in Miyazaki films, is it functions completely different than Western storytelling.
Right.
In a Western film, this would be a story about prejudice leading to acceptance. Ponyo would be pulled from the water, people would be scared of her, and Sosuke would be like, no, you don't understand, she's actually gentle and good, and everyone's like, no, it's a fish freak, burn it, fillet it, whatever. And in this film, everybody just naturally accepts. We question it, but I think Miyazaki's making a statement of this is kind of how it should be.
Yeah.
Unless someone or something is actually posing a clear and present danger or has shown themselves to be threatening, instead of meeting new things with fear, what if we meet them with curiosity? Wow, she's taking some big strides there. Did you see that?
I love how just like straight ahead she is all the time.
Listen, Sosuke, you know, this could be
And
for
I
the
love that
best.
she drives like she's in a
I know you
Fast and
tried,
Furious
but
movie.
Ponyo is a fish.
And it's
Well,
never
eventually,
commented on. It's
but
just part
the
of her
ocean
character.
Is home to her. Anyway, let's get home. Hopefully that spritzing weirdo is gone. Whew. Can I have a lick?
Yeah,
Hurry,
it's just a
starting
little
to
whoop.
melt.
That is a
Dad's favorite.
It
Me
is.
too.
She's drifting.
Literally.
It's Tokyo Drift.
She's literally drifting her little hatchback.
I'm really sorry, Sosuke. But Dad is finally coming home tonight. You can tell him all about Ponyo.
I would want to live in that house.
Yeah.
It's such a parent thing to do to say, can I have a small lick, and then take like a parent tax that's an enormous. Mom, I paid for the cone. She is a super mom, though.
Yeah. She's working. She's basically single parenting because dad's, off on the ship all the time.
But to the film's credit, they don't just
No
portray
more
her as
ocean
super
today,
mom
okay?
and say, this is how women are supposed to be. Isn't she great? We see the toll that it takes on her.
She's tired. She's having a real tough time with her husband. There's a toll there, and it's not integral to the story, but one of the things that Miyazaki does that is brilliant, and we see it a lot in her character, is just the little moments of life, the little slices of life that make things feel real and believable in this world of high fantasy and insane things that are happening. The characters feel believable because we get those little just vignettes of like, this is what real life is like. And you just feel the naturalness of it.
And oftentimes with kids, when you have parents who are laboring really hard to give you a good life and to make sure that you feel safe, secure, and loved, whatever's going on with the parent, whatever hardship they're going to, you're kind of aware of it, but it's on the periphery.
Yeah, you see the little vignette of like, oh, mom's tired and worn out and doing a thing.
Right.
But it doesn't have a ton of meaning to you necessarily as a little kid.
And one thing that I love about Sosuke is the more aware he becomes of it, the more he does to try and alleviate it.
Yeah.
Just through little touches throughout the film, because he is a good-hearted kid. And then something Miyazaki does really well is what I was saying earlier. He just presents what if. There's just like this positive, wholesome undercurrent through all of these movies where people are just good. And they don't need a central conflict and a big antagonist. Even the antagonist, he's not the bad guy. I mean, he's going to drown a lot of people, so that's not great.
He just wants to take care of his kid.
Yeah, but who he is just somebody who wants to take care of his family.
Yeah.
And I love the inherent belief in the goodness of people in these films. Even the people who do bad things, it comes from a very human, earnest, sincere place, and all they need is just a nudge in the direction of, hey, try this instead. They just need love and a little redirection. And when we watch these movies for cinema therapy, we watch so many movies that are heavy and hard, and I love them. But I also love that anytime I start one of these, I'm like, oh, I'm in for a good time.
Yeah, we're going to just feel delight.
Yeah, just feel delight. That's the word. Except for Grave of the Fireflies.
Not that one.
Good heavens. So you take a moment that with sound and animation feels ferocious and terrifying, and it transforms into something else entirely.
Just pure delight. This weird bird leg pig monster?
Chicken mermaid.
Come over here. We'll help you. Come here.
It's so weird to me that when she's transitioning from fish to human, she goes bird.
Yeah.
There's something Darwinian about it, but I can't put my finger on it.
That transition where she lifts the bucket up over her head and turns into a little girl is really well done. I also love that when she crashes into him for the hug, it shakes the camera.
Uh-huh. And there's not even a camera.
Do you know her?
It's all just a...
It's all just artists. Rub my face on your face. You know, normal human stuff.
I mean, it is romantic, but it's child romantic. It's
Yeah.
like your first crush in kindergarten, just sweet, and they're both blushing. They both accept each other.
It's me, Ponyo!
It is you!
Mom! Ponyo came back and she's a little girl now.
Okay.
All right.
Ponyo came back, and she's
a little girl now.
There's a horror version of this.
You don't even have to change anything. You just change the music.
It speaks to the innocence of Ponyo as well as her comfort in the ocean and on land, that there is literally a hurricane happening.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the scene, the sound design and the animation suggest a terrifying, they're about to be swept away. And then she emerges, and she is powerful, and she's a badass, and she's completely unaware.
Yeah.
The ocean's my home, land is my home, and I'm going to be with my best friend. Yay! And I think with Miyazaki films, it's an ink blot. You see what you want to see, or it speaks to you where you're at. And I think that's by design.
Very much so. Yep.
So for me personally, I look at this and I think, no matter, this sounds real Hallmarky, guys, but no matter how the storms of life rage, I can be enthusiastic and happy just to be with my friends.
Yeah.
I think that's a very valid read on this. What does the ink blot say to you, Alan?
All you need is a green plastic bucket.
Why do I ask you anything?
I don't know. We've been doing this for 5 years.
Why must you fail me so often?
I've got to go help them. I can get there if I take the mountain road. Sosuke, I should go to the senior center.
I'm coming too.
I'd feel better if you stay up here.
But why can't I come? We'll wake up Ponyo and take her with us. I want to go with you.
Sosuke, right now our house is a beacon in the storm. Our light can be seen by the town and by the ships, and every place else is dark. You know I need to help the old people. So I'm going to leave you here in charge. You'll do the right thing, I know it. You have to be the man of the house tonight. Let Ponyo sleep and wait for me. You're only 5, but you're very smart. Sometimes we take a leap. Be brave. You can do it, and I'll be back.
So this is one of those things where, like,
Promise?
I promise.
I feel like particularly in, like, anime,
Yeah.
kids are asked to do things at ages that I find criminal. Is that, like, am I dumb? Should we be letting 5-year-olds stay home and do, like, if we give them the opportunity to be responsible?
No, I mean, listen, 5 does seem a little young. I think there's part of her that feels like he's going to be more safe here.
Sure.
I don't think she suspects that the waters are going to rise to the level that they do. And since she's driving through flooded territory, she assumes there are people who need help.
Yeah.
I can help them. And if he comes with me, then I'm going to be worried for his safety, and he will be safer at the house than with me. On the other hand, he is 5. He's not 12.
Yeah.
If he was 12, it's a no-brainer. If he
Sure.
was 12, it's like, yeah, hold down the fort. If he's 5, it's like... Because what if something goes bad? Is he going to know what to do? Is he going to be able to think through and process quickly? Or am I going to come home to a disaster? So, I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts. I do think it's beautiful, the implicit trust she has in Sosuke, and you know this as a parent of multiple children. Some children, are going to be they're going to be okay.
Yep.
And some kids, you're like, no, you're coming with me. And you know exactly which ones they are. And so I think it's not just his age, but also who he is.
Yeah.
When she says, I know you're only 5, but you're also very smart.
Well, and he's shown this entire time he is a very thoughtful,
Yeah.
like, deliberate kid.
And he's resourceful.
Yeah. He found that leaf.
He
Gonna
did.
protect you from the cat.
He's so resourceful. No other kid could have thought of a leaf. My Sosuke, he's a special boy. I don't really have too much commentary on this other than I think it's a very touching family dynamic that she gets down on his level.
Yes.
And this is a great tip for any time you're having a conversation with a kid where you want to encourage them. Don't be up here. You get down and you meet them where they're at and go face to face because they feel safe, they feel seen, they feel subconsciously we're on equal footing. She's trying to convey the message to him. You're the man of the house and I trust you. And she's not going to do that from way up here.
Right.
She's got to do it down there. So it's both a great piece of filmmaking, what it shows us non-verbally, but also a great way to handle children in real life. Especially you can't kneel. You basically have to lay down.
To pretty much just lay on the ground and kind of roll my head over. You know?
Dad's doing it again, guys.
I mean, this happened to me literally just yesterday. My daughter had to give a speech in public.
Yeah.
And it's weird because she's a little performer. And so, we thought she was going to be super excited. She was so nervous. She was like crying. Subconsciously, I didn't plan, I will now get down on her level. And,
Yeah.
But I did that and, tried to comfort her. And she did really well. Eventually, it was very hard for her. I talked to her later, again, down at her level, and was like, okay, what have you learned about this? Are you going to be as scared next time? She's like, no, I'm still going to be scared, but I don't think I'm going to be as scared. And it was, it was just a wonderful teaching moment. My daughter's 9, so.
It's a good communication skill to be mindful of, which is, what is my body saying in this moment? So when couples come in for couples therapy, I'm always looking for how do they sit on the couch? Are they sitting by each other? Are they on opposite sides facing away? If I'm trying to convey something, do I lean forward? What am I showing? If I do this, it's a completely different message than if I do this, right? And so you making those conscious decisions of what can I do, especially when I'm looking to reassure somebody, my body language is completely different than if I'm looking to intimidate somebody.
Yeah.
Get ready to stop, Ponyo.
Hello, you two.
Hello.
Hey, that is quite a boat you got there.
It really is,
Seen
actually.
you before. You're Lisa's little boy, aren't you?
I would have killed to have a boat like that when I was 5.
Sosuke.
She's Ponyo.
And I used to be a fish.
Is that right? I like your name, Ponyo. It's
To
cute.
be fair, if a 5-year-old said to me, I used to be a fish, I would just go along with it.
Yeah, you'd be like,
Sure,
oh, wow.
cool.
Yeah, that's true. That
Do
is
you live in
true.
Do you live in a river?
With you.
She went to the senior center.
Wow, way up there?
My baby likes you.
Does
Is that what that is?
Anyways, this is beautiful. So Ponyo gauging really the energy of the baby,
Sweetheart.
right? Just getting a feel for the innocence and the goodness and what have you.
And again, just a beautiful little animation moment. Ponyo, being a little kid, she doesn't take one strap of the backpack off to easily reach the cup. She does this
Yeah.
thing, and you eat 4 or 5 seconds of screen time and a bunch of animation. Like, you had to pay an animator to do that.
But it sells the character.
But it sells the character.
You.
Well, not only is she a kid,
Good.
she's a mermaid. Like she doesn't backpack well.
Wow, that's good soup. Thanks.
My mom made it from scratch.
The soup's for him.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's a little too young. He can only drink milk at this age. But I could eat the soup instead, and it would help me to make milk for him.
Yeah, my mom made milk for me too.
Ponyo, what do you say? Is it all right if I eat the soup?
That's fine.
Thank you, sweetheart.
There's a bit of a guidebook in this movie for how to talk to children.
There really is.
Because children, just like adults, they value autonomy, they value consent, they value boundaries. So when Ponyo says, that's not for you, that's for him, and the mom explains, he can't have soup, he can have milk, but the soup will help me create milk. Is it okay if I have the soup? She's taking the time to explain and also taking the time to check for consent.
Yes.
And sadly, far too often adults are just like, get out of here. Get out of here, I'll do what I want.
Because I said so.
Because I said so. And there's something truly beautiful about taking the time to explain.
And you say this on the show, and you've said it to me in other situations. I absolutely love this. If a kid is old enough to ask, the kid is old enough to know the answer.
Yes.
Now, there are age-appropriate answers for different
Right.
questions,
Right.
right? This movie does such a great job of that. Basically, all of the grown-ups throughout the whole thing are doing this.
Yeah.
The old ladies at the senior center, all of them are like this.
What I've learned about screenwriting is there's what you say in the text,
Sure.
and then there's what you say in the subtext.
Yeah.
And how your characters just treat each other says a whole lot about the world, but also what are you trying to convey. It's not just tone, it's what are you trying to share with the world through the storytelling.
There's an entire worldview in this film in particular, but most Miyazaki films,
Yeah.
that is, the world is good.
Yeah, here's what it looks like to be respectful. Here's what it looks like to be polite. Here's what it looks like to be considerate. And there's no fanfare. And it's not even a character arc. It's just how they are. And Miyazaki movies go against, in so many ways, what I consider to be, here's how story structure works. Here's how character arcs, here's how you create something that really lands and that matters. He sets all of that aside, does something completely different, and he says, but it's good.
And he's right.
And he's right. Whoa.
So, this is Sosuke.
How do you do? Are you Ponyo's mother?
Looks like an outfit from the Met
Yes.
Gala.
You brought my daughter safely here.
I guarantee if some celebrity could figure out how to get a giant jellyfish to float over them, they would wear it to the Met
The
Gala.
magic well because she wants very much to be human. To become a real girl, she needs you to accept and love her as she truly is. You know that Ponyo was a fish, don't you? Mm-hmm. And you know her as a human. Your drop of blood did that.
Oh, that's it. I cut my thumb. Then
Sure.
Ponyo licked it and made it better. So that's how she changed into a human.
It's like the spider bite in
Could you love
Spider-Man,
her if
sure.
you
That's how,
lived
yep.
between two worlds?
I love all the Ponyos. It's a big responsibility, but I really love her.
And now they're underwater, but they've all...
Breathing and dogging, and
Yeah.
it's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's right, that's the exact attitude.
Ponyo, come here, please.
Again, in a Western film, there would be an arc. There was rejection, there was misunderstanding, and now we've grown to see and love and accept each other. But here, all the adults are saying, well, Sosuke really needs to love Ponyo for who she is. And Sosuke's like, I've been doing that the whole time.
To become human, you must choose to abandon magic. Can you do that?
Again.
Kiss the bubble child when you return to land, and Ponyo will become a girl growing up just like you.
Again, if you say so.
Yep.
That's...
I accept, Ponyo. Thank you very much, Ponyo's mother.
Alright, so these two are gonna mate for life. Lock that down at age 5.
The balance of nature is restored. Life begins again.
That's just Renesmee storytelling. It's fine.
It works much better here. Gosh,
So
don't you bring
much better.
Renesmee into this.
How dare I sully Ponyo with Twilight?
This is a sacred space. I love all of Ponyo's little, like, mermaid siblings.
Oh, now they're light.
Whoa! And now they're huge. I don't do drugs, and part of the reason I don't do drugs is because Ghibli exists.
You don't need to. Yeah.
There is an undercurrent in this film. All these disasters. Sorry,
You bastard.
I'm a dad. I have to. It's in
I
the
know,
code.
it's required.
Keep to the code.
They'll take your kids away if you don't.
Brunhilde, respect your father.
There's an undercurrent in this film. All these natural disasters, all of this upheaval, everything's out of balance. And why is it out of balance? Because of a lack of love, safety, and belonging.
Yes.
And if you look at it as a metaphor for psychology, if you look at our harmful behaviors as waves and hurricanes, when we feel safe, respected, and loved, everything dies down and the balance is restored. And so we can provide that for each other. And that to me is the great takeaway of Ponyo. Also, this is a bonkers adaptation of The Little Mermaid, and I love it.
Yeah. It's a tragedy that Miyazaki-sama is so old, because we're not going to get that many movies out of him. Although
Yeah.
he's made his last movie like 4 times now.
Yeah, he
just keeps making his last movie. But I want him to adapt every like work of literature ever.
Yeah.
You know what restored everything to balance, right? Is acceptance.
Yeah.
It's not just love, but like accepting. He has to love her for who she is. And he says, I love all Ponyos, even weird chicken leg Ponyo.
Yeah, I was going to say, even
So
don't understand.
I don't understand either, and I don't care. The magic of cinema.
It's perfect.
It is a perfect film. So until next time.
I used to be a fish.
Is that right?
And watch movies.
We want to thank our patrons for supporting this channel and for getting extended director's cuts of every one of our episodes. Patrons with names like
Wolfie Penguin,
Tanner,
Echo the Gecko,
John Wong,
Sleepy Night Owl. Am I a girl? Or am I a chicken? Am I a chicken? If I'm a girl, then I'm a chicken of a girl. I'm a chicken of a girl.